Hello, I'm Catherine and welcome back to my channel. We are here for Project Pan for 2026. I completed my first year of Project Pan last year, set myself up a real big challenge of using up 25 products in the year 2025. I will leave the playlist at the end of this video so you can catch up on that if you want to. Today we're going to start Project Pan for 2026 and I'm not going to set myself such a huge challenge, but I have some really good products. So let's start with what is Project Pan. Project Pan is basically using up the products you have and using them completely. I think a lot of the times we are inundated with so much choice of different types of products here, there and everywhere, and it can be a little bit overwhelming with all of the choices. And so Project Pan is just using your products that you have and finishing them, trying your best to finish them before they expire, before you don't like them anymore, because that can happen in Project Pan. You can decide the product just isn't for you and it doesn't have a place in your makeup, skincare, hair care, body care collection, whatever it may be. And that's it with Project Pan. You can choose anything. You can choose anything to use up in your Project Pan. It's quite flexible really. People choose to do Project Pan how they want it. So this is my interpretation. The products I have decided to choose for Project Pan this year are a mixture of skincare, hair care and makeup. I don't think I've included any body care this year. And these are the products that I really want to get through. Some of these products are rollovers from last year's Project Pan. These are the ones that were a bit stubborn that I couldn't finish last year and that I really want to finish this year. I do have a coffee with me today because, as always, we need that little bit of motivation, and that's another thing about Project Pan. It's the motivation to stick to and use those products when we see other products that we have in our collection, hear about viral products which we must have. To sometimes be a little bit strict on yourself and just focus on what you've got. A little bit of a break away from buying something new. It's really thinking, I've got that product and I'm using that product. I don't need another one. So this is it for Project Pan 2026 and I'm really excited to share the products with you, and I would love it if you want to join me. So at the end of this video, if you've got that urge to start Project Pan, or if you've started it already, I would love to know. Let's go on the journey together and let's see what we can use up in 2026. So I've popped everything in the basket here. These are all of the products that I want to use up. Now let's start with the products that I want to roll over from last year. And this is one of the biggies here. This is never ending. It's Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Brown Sugar. This is a beautiful lip balm and the scent is amazing. I love the scent of it. But my gosh, is this hard to get through. If you have used up this product, let me know, because this is a struggle. I think for this, because it is in the brown tin, I gear towards using this in autumn and winter rather than spring, summer months. So it's more of a seasonal product for me. So I pick it up and put it down again depending on the season. So I am trying to use it a little bit more in these winter months now. And it is this gorgeous brown tint of a colour, but it does show up on the lips. Now I think in terms of looking at how much of this product I have used, I would say it's around here. So I've probably used up a third of the product if I'm being generous. So I'm interested to see how much of this I can get through. I do actually have the vanilla scent as well, and I am refusing to open that unless I have finished this one first. So that one is still in the box waiting for me to use. What I'd like to do with my products is to give you an update every so often to see how I'm progressing, and I'd love if you could join along as well to know how you're getting on with your Project Pan. I'm going to mark on here how much of this product I think I have used up, and then when I do a check-in I can update the little marking. Okay, so I think I'm up to here on this project. So this is at the start of Project Pan for 2026. So when I do my check-ins, I will update the line, and it's going to act as a bit of an incentive for me as well to keep persevering with the products that I have so that I can see the progress going down. The next rollover product we have is NARS Laguna Bronzer, and I was umming and ahhing about whether this one should be removed and whether I should just declutter this one and bin it basically. I've had it for a number of years. I do have a favourite bronzer that I used up in last year's Project Pan, but this is the only bronzer that I have, so it was either getting rid of this one and buying the bronzer that I love, or seeing how much I can persevere with this, because I have made an indentation there. So I have hit pan. So now that I've used it for a couple of months, I'm realising that I do actually like it. I much prefer cream bronzers, but this is a nice bronzer and I can still put my cream blush on top of it. So it does work for me. So this one is going to form part of this year's Project Pan. I have made the decision. Hopefully I can stick with it for the full year, but I might get tempted by buying the one that I really want. But it's always going to be there, so I just need to think about it. I think it'll mainly be around summertime when I do have a bit more of a tan, the sun's out, whether I still want to use this one or if I want to buy the cream bronzer, which I absolutely love. So this is the pan progress at the moment. I think with this it will be the picture side by side to see how much the pan has grown. So this is the start of Project Pan for 2026. You can probably just see the bronzer on the hand there. I do enjoy including makeup products in Project Pan because makeup products are really hard, so it is that incentive to keep using something and not to switch it up. And I think with makeup we generally do have a little bit more of a variety of shades, of textures and finishes which we might swap and change with. So this is what I'm hoping to stick to. I think with the lip butter balm it is going to still be more of a seasonal product for me, but I'm going to work my way through it in those winter and autumn months to use as much of it as I can. The next rollover product I have is another product from NARS, and this is a lipstick in the shade Dolce Vita, and I love this shade of lipstick. It suits me so well and I love the finish of it as well. So this is the shade of the lipstick and it's just so beautiful. I've had it for quite a few years now, so I'd like to finish it this year, and I think that is very realistic. This is how much I have left. And I think with this I'm probably going to have to measure it against a piece of paper. I think I've seen people do that before just to see how much is left. So let's try that now. This is where I drop it on the carpet and it all goes everywhere. So let's see. I'll pop it there. So that's the bottom of the product. And then, how do people do this? So I've lined it up with a piece of paper, used my Sharpie to draw a line. So that is the bottom of the product here, and then this is the top of the product. So we should see this line go down. I do have a similar shade to this which I want to use next, so I definitely want to make a dent on this. I have used some of the products on my face today, some of the makeup products, and this is one of them. I've used a bronzer as well, and then a few of the other products too. Then have two lip liners which I'm classing as one product, and one of these is a rollover from last year. And these are some of my favourite lip liners. They are from 17 and I have two shades here. One is a rosy brown and then one is kind of rose colour. The rose one is very similar to Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. So if you do like that shade, I would recommend you try the one from 17. So we have the rosy shade there and the brown shade there. Now I've included both of these because I would like to work my way through these this year. I do have two other lip liners which are new and I would like to move on to those. So let's measure these ones up. I'm guessing I'll have to do it the same way. And there they are on the piece of paper. So I've chose to call one rose and to call one brown, just so I know when I'm looking at them this time next month or over the next few months, I'll need that little bit of a reminder. So that is where we are with the rose ones. We've got less of the rose compared to the brown, but I'm likely to use the brown one a little bit more in the winter months. It goes so well with the lip butter balm as well. I love pairing them both together. Now a new addition, so the rest of the products are new additions. This from Laura Mercier, and this is the translucent setting powder. And this is such a huge container. I have had this for a good few years now, and I would like to use it up this year. Because there's so much product, it has stayed in my collection for so long, and I would just like to try something different. But I'm reluctant to open other things before I have used something else up. So this is a great product. I love it. I think it is amazing. And I'm thinking with this one, I might have to pat the powder down, but let me know if you've got any other suggestions. And then I think I might have to draw maybe 2 lines on here and see where we are. So I'll try and keep it as even as possible. So we're up to here. This is where we are with the product. So I'm going to see how much of this I can use. I would really like to use all of this up this year. Every time I do my makeup, I do use this. So hopefully this is something that I can achieve. This is a new addition. This is a brand new product. I got this recently from a John Lewis unboxing, and this is the Fenty Beauty, what's it called? Shadow Stick, and it's in the shade Not All Men. And I thought this would be a great challenge to do this year because it is a twist up and twist down eyeshadow pencil. I thought we would really be able to see the progress that I have made on this. I do have this on today as an eyeshadow, and it is such a lovely eyeshadow. It's great for a base as well, so if I wanted to add like a shimmer on top, it works really well with that. And then on its own, it's just such a lovely colour. So here it is. One thing with this is that it dries so quickly, so I think it's easier to blend with a brush than with your fingers, and it just sticks to the skin. So this will take some rubbing to get off, but I'd like to see if it is manageable for me to use this. I did use an eyeshadow pencil from Charlotte Tilbury last year. I worked my way through that in a year, so I'm hoping I can do the same with this. I've marked this one up as well, so I have Fenty here, and then this is the top of the product. I'm actually really excited to start to see the products go down. I think having this type of paper visual indicator is going to be quite fun really, because I can see how much of a product that I am using each month, and it will keep me on track. The next product I have is from Rodial, and this is the Soft Glow Drops, and this is a primer with skincare benefits. I've already marked this one up and I've already started to use this, so you can see here that I've used this once, so you do start to see a little bit of progress with each use. I wanted to include this one because it's not my favourite. I wouldn't rebuy this one, but this one is extremely expensive for a primer. It's an illuminating primer and it does that. I just have others that I love more. I absolutely love Supergoop Glow Screen. I think that's the one I love. And I am eager to start that one again in spring summer, but I'd like to use this one up or make a good attempt at using this one up first. A skincare product that I'm going to include is from Anua, and these are the soothing pads. I like to use these as under eye masks, and I actually chop them in half with some scissors because they are circular pads. So I like to cut them in half and then place them underneath my eye area. So with these ones, you leave them on the skin for 5 to 10 minutes before removing, and these are the soothing redness pads, and I do get redness on my skin, so I will definitely use a lot of these. There are 90 pads in here, and I think I've used 5 of these already. So with this, I'll have to do a tally to see how much I am using, and I'm hoping to use these a couple of times a week, and I think including this in Project Pan will really keep me on track with using these up. Another skincare product that I have is from Avon, and this is the Sickle Fate Restorative Protection Cream. And I've marked this one up already to see how much I have left, and I've included this one because although this is a really nice face cream and you can actually use it anywhere on the body, it isn't something that I use all the time. And whilst it is nice, it does add a little bit of a stickiness to the skin, just slightly, as a little bit of a tackiness. And I generally will use it at night time. So I want to continue to use it, but I'm just thinking in these warmer months, is that going to be a little bit irritating? So I've decided to include this. If I find that it is a little bit irritating in the summer months, I might then use it on my body, on any dry areas that I might have. But I do like this product. It just isn't one that I'm like super excited to use or one that I reach for all the time. I think including this as part of Project Pan, it'll just make me aware of it, aware of how long I've had it, and it'll be that prompt to remind me to use it. Now the other products that I have are hair care, and I am going on a little bit of a hair care journey this year, and I started it last year. I would like to improve the condition of my hair, especially like the thickness of my hair around here. So I'm really trying to just maintain good condition and using products that will help stimulate growth. So the first product that I am going to be including in Project Pan is Philip Kingsley Elasticizer, and I really like Elasticizer. I think it is such a deep conditioning treatment. My hair really likes it. The reason why I'm including it is because I want to form those habits. I want to use this more often and form a bit of a routine with it, and then I think I'll be able to see if I notice more of a long-term difference with my hair. Now, with Philip Kingsley Elasticizer, you do need to plan ahead a little bit because you do need to wet your hair first, apply the mask, and then wrap your hair up in a towel and then wait for, I think it's, 20 minutes. So it does take a little bit of pre-planning. It's not one of those products that you can quickly use in the shower to condition your hair. So I love this. I do really like this. I think just having that extra step sometimes is just a little bit off-putting for me. So with this is brand new. I have not used this, and I have marked up. You actually get a good amount in the packaging here. The packaging is not deceiving. So I've marked up here exactly how much I have. And this is going to be something that I hopefully form a habit with and notice a difference in my hair. I've been using this Grow Gorgeous Hair Growth Serum in the Intense version, and I'm nearly finished with that. And again, I wanted to include this. This is the original serum, and it again is to form habits. I would like to use this every single day, and I've done really good with the last one that I have that's nearly finished, and I just want to continue with that momentum. So I thought including this in Project Pan is really going to spur me on to use it every single day. And I think with this I'd like to make a little bit of a tally every time I use it, just so that I am forming those habits. I've marked up here how much I have, and it is brand new, it's full size, so there it is right at the top. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the progress with this and hopefully noticing a difference with my hair. And then the last product in Project Pan is from Olaplex, and this is the number 7 bonding oil. I've marked up where I am with that. So here we go. I have that much left, and the reason why I have included this is I think this is a brilliant product. I have used this before and it took me about 2 years to work my way through it. So again, I wanted to form habits with this. Every time I wash my hair, I want to include this and use this. This product is one of those that you only need a few drops really, so to work your way through it, for me anyway, takes such a long time. So I'm hoping again I can form those habits, I can continue to use it, and Project Pan will help spur me on. But this is a great product, it just lasts so long. And that's everything for my Project Pan in 2026, and I would love it if you would join me in your own Project Pan, and let me know your thoughts on the products that I have chosen. I've tried to choose a variety of products that you can easily see the use of, to make it a bit more interesting really, and products that I will form really good habits with. So let me know your thoughts in the comment below, and I would love it if you could like and subscribe, and that will really help my channel. I'll leave the playlist at the end of this video for my last year's project pan so you can catch up on last year's progress. Thank you again, and I will speak to you soon. Bye bye.